listening Boredom, where we drink, ramble, and discuss things to help you in your never-ending quest to not jerk off for the ninth time today.
Or be bored. I'm Brandon Kaiser.
And I finished.
Ha!
Good.
Coleman Cole.
Just.
Who finished? Great. Are you still there? Okay, good.
It's me.
We've gathered today to talk about The Walking Dead Season 5, the so-called post-mortem of the season.
Wow, it could have worked. And then it didn't.
Whatever.
You really should have talked to us about that before you did that.
I wrote it down.
He mentioned it.
Oh.
No.
Where was I?
It could have worked. And then he said it out loud.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I could have just put it in the title. Whatever.
We've gone too far.
Yeah.
YOLO. Anyways, I said YOLO because I feel like a douche now. Anyways, we're talking about Walking Dead, not all this shit. So, Season 5 just came to a close. I believe the episode was Conquer. It was an hour and a half long.
It did feel longer.
Well, I don't think it felt longer, but it was longer. Anyways,
Okay.
Season 5 has come to a close. Now we're going to talk about our feelings and thoughts and judgments.
Talk about your
I don't-
feelings.
We get the feels sometimes.
No? I guess you go first then.
Oh. Well, see, it really touched me when... No.
Show
Anyways.
me on the...
Show me on the zombie where it
Yeah.
touched you.
I was going to say the diagram of Lady Bits.
The diagram of Lady Bits. No, I really like this season. I still stand by. I think this show is getting better as it goes on. There aren't as many down episodes. There aren't as much stalling, like the famous farm season, or he stayed at the farm forever.
Infamous.
But as someone who read the book, we will be at Alexandria for a while, just so you guys know, like a really long time.
Maybe
But
they
anyways,
won't.
maybe we won't. Yeah, it could be different.
That Terminus, that was left field,
Yeah, I don't think that was even in the book, was it?
That was entertaining left field.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that season.
I did
because
like-
it was so
Yeah.
not.
It was very different.
It was something for maybe if you are a shitty book reader and here's
Why are
something
you a
that,
shitty book reader?
that's what they call us.
Yeah.
That's what they call us.
Damn book readers and your foreknowledge and shit like that.
Yeah, but not always.
Terminus
in the
was a
show.
very much of a who knew. Nobody knew what was going on. They went off reservation.
It was a
Things
cool...
actually happened too for like 2 episodes.
All right, so Alexandria was the main focus for the second half. We kind of did a mid-season talk, so we're mainly going to talk about the second half, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find that. Maybe I'll put a thing on it.
You can?
I can.
You
Yeah.
have the power.
So we're going to mainly talk about this half. I like the Alexandria stuff. I think it's interesting that they gender swapped the leader because it was Douglas, Deanna, book to thing.
What was it?
Oh, was that, yeah.
And it was weird. I mean, it was jarring. Let's put it that way. As a book reader, it was weird, but I got over it. I like the actress who plays Deanna.
I couldn't remember.
Who's Deanna? I like the actress. I think she does a good job. They did subtle changes. Sasha's new Andrea is the people. Well, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah. She's up in the bell tower sniping fools.
Yeah.
She's their best shot.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't think they actually had a competition.
They said she was their best shot.
Obviously Rick is
they?
the best shot because
He
the
can
fact that
aim,
he can shoot,
and still hit him.
the
Yeah.
fact that he headshots everyone like aiming like this all the time. He's got some wanted. He's like throwing that shit.
Curving bullets.
He's curving bullets, obviously.
Yeah.
Rick is a witch.
Rick is a witch.
They should burn him.
All right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this was straight out the comic for the most part, with differences, but subtle ones. But the main thing was they kept setting up the wolves thing with the W's. Which now we
That was
know
a new
is
thing I
wolves.
was kind of interested in.
This was the thing that bugged me the most. It made me go back and read that issue. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the books or whatever, but
Flash it.
oh yeah. But they literally last an issue in the comic, and that's why I didn't remember them. So they kept bringing
Oh,
it
that
up.
was in the comic?
Yes! They kept bringing it up, and I'm like, why do they keep saying this is from the comic? I don't even remember these people from the comic.
I'm not going to care when I get to that.
Number one,
I don't.
you
remember.
probably already read it.
Did I?
I know I've.
It was a while ago. It was like
was
Trade
it?
17 or something like that.
Shit.
Anyways,
I know I've.
it was a while ago.
Too.
I'm gonna explain it now. Okay,
Please give me a
here's why you don't remember them. Okay, number one, they never actually went by the name the Wolves. The reason I called the Wolves is because they were at the gate of Alexandria, and the main guy was like, little pig, come out to play, or whatever the hell. He did the big bad wolf call or whatever, and then Rick meets him at the gate and has the discussion with him.
Oh!
And then it was the sniper battle, and then literally Alexandria murders the entire wolves.
Yes.
And that was it.
I remember that now.
I remember that. He was like, "You guys don't have bullets. We have trouble finding bullets. You guys don't have a lot."
And then they just lit the
It's
fuck
like-
out of
And
it.
then
Yes,
they
we
destroyed
do.
them. They destroyed them right away.
All right, yeah.
And then this happens like right after Rick kills Pete in that meeting, just like it happened in the show. So if things are going like the comic, literally the wolves last one episode, but obviously it's different because they didn't put W's on people, from what I remember. And they didn't have traps, and there was no Daryl.
So they're gonna lengthen it
you know
like
what,
they did with the cannibals.
You know what they may?
Yeah.
They may mix the wolves and Negan's crew together.
You
Just-
think
Oh,
so?
no.
I've heard that
I hope
rumor.
not.
I don't
No.
think so.
I hope they don't do it, but
I think they're worried about catching up. So they're going to leave
they
us with the
will-
wolves for at least half of next season. I think that the half of next season is going to be the
I can see
wolves.
them doing that.
Just to delay things a little bit, and then we can set up in the second half of the season, ending with Negan or Jesus or both in the finale to bring intrigue.
Well, they got to
to
bring in
people.
the other city too.
Well, yeah, Hilltop and
Hilltop,
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
We still got stuff they got to do in
Yeah.
the domestic side of stuff without
And
dealing
they
with
could
the
always
next dude's
go
rep.
off.
Or they could, yeah,
That's
or they
what
could
the
change it
comics kinda-
completely.
That's where the comics kind of, at least what I know I'm pretty. I'm not pretty.
I'm
far
close to you, but I'm.
They
like,
could
But
be-
I know I'm behind by
Oh,
like
mine too.
maybe like a trade or something.
They can meet that one guy,
I
the old black dude who has like the tiger.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, yeah.
But
If you've read Ezekiel, then you read the wolves part.
there is domestic stuff to be done because I know like
Yeah, yeah.
after the Negan stuff it slows down.
right
into,
after the wolves, the wolves thing happens right after the Pete killing,
Yeah.
and then the wolves show up, and then they destroy him, and then right after that, that's when Douglas looks at Rick and says, "They don't need me, they need you. This place needs you to lead," and that's
then
when he
it's-
takes over.
Yeah, and then it's not a lot of stuff until Negan shows up. There's
There's
a lot
some
of,
changes. They start having
some filler.
people go around the outside and patrol and kill the
Yeah,
zombies
they
that
do
are out there
stuff.
and stuff. Because I don't know if they'll have that, like a herd come and take down one of the walls like they did in the book.
They might.
Wasn't that in the book?
They should.
Right? Was that in the book?
Wait.
Something with a wall.
Well,
going
the
down.
wall fell down because, like you
Yeah.
said, they didn't have enough defenses. The wall wasn't enough. That's
Yeah,
why they
yeah.
decided to dig like a trench or some shit.
Yeah, they had a trench,
Come
and
with
then
some
they
defenses.
had crews go out, and,
Yeah.
and Abraham and some people went out. And
Like, you can't just shut off the world with these walls. You gotta remember that there's shit out there that want to get in here.
Yeah. But overall, I think they did a good job this half a season of showing the difference of... Yeah, let's get back to the show now.
No, it's half the season because
Well, because I'm
Damn,
mainly talking
still.
about I'm mainly talking about the Alexandria stuff. I thought they did a really good job of like kind of contrasting and showing the people that need them and them, the badasses that they are now, and the people who need their help basically. I thought I really liked it. I thought it was really good. It was well written, well acted. I liked the crazy bloody rant that Andrew Lincoln gave in the middle of the street and pointing guns at people.
I couldn't help but think throughout the entire
Right.
like this does not look good. You got blood all over your face.
That
You're
was
holding a
awesome.
gun. You're yelling at people about shit.
But he was right.
I know. I know.
I wanted the
but
the speech of you're gonna take this from when he in the comic Ray has that moment where it's like you're gonna take this from me, from Glenn, from Michonne, from Maggie.
that was better. Yeah.
And he,
That was a better speech.
He's like, you think you can take this from us? Go fucking try. I wanted that speech.
That would've
Yeah.
been good. That
This
would've been good.
speech wasn't as good.
Yeah.
It was.
I liked
but-
it.
and-
It was pretty crazy. I enjoyed it, but I was waiting for the moment where he goes like, "This is my crew. You think you can take that from us?
Yeah.
Try."
Yeah, and I like Stealth Carol. Who,
Stealth Carol.
is secretly,
Carol is
Secretly organizing shit, like
Secretly-
you know, like the last episode, the very last scene. She's like, "Whoa, not now, not yet." And then like goes like he killed Douglas. He's like, "All right, go ahead." Yeah.
Carol
shit.
increasingly becomes a better character every season, I think.
yeah, which is weird because she's not even
'Cause-
alive in the
well,
comic.
And she wasn't even that great in the comic.
Yeah, she
But
was just
I didn't
kind
even
of
like her that much in the show to begin with because she was just
in
kind
the
of
beginning. Yeah,
she was just like abused wife,
Mhm.
and then like she killed the people in the prison and they kicked her out, and I'm
Mhm.
like, she'll be back.
What?
When she like,
Oh, you talking about the show?
When-
Okay.
yeah.
no, Carol in the show, like she wasn't really never that interesting to
Yeah.
me. She did that like murdered people stuff, and then came
and she
back.
was teaching the kids to knife.
Yeah,
You know.
and I thought that was all right, but it was still like, all right, foreigner pioneer mom stuff like
Better
that.
than last
I
character.
didn't really, but I didn't. I she's like a main character. Like I don't see her going anywhere anytime soon.
No, me
not,
neither.
Not like a lot of people that.
I think she's kind of joined the ranks of people saying they can't kill Rick and Daryl. I think Carol might be joining that group now.
Yeah, I don't
think they can kill her. Like she's too.
Yeah, no.
badass
Carol
at
is
this
like
point.
Carol is like top tier now, and I never really enjoyed her that much until like every season she got a little bit better, and like
A little more badass.
just like a cooler character, like with more depth to it. And I really liked this last season of her, like when she threatened the kid and stuff like that, and the whole conniving.
Even going back to the saving them from Terminus thing.
Yeah.
too. That was what the first
That's
episode
it.
of the season.
When Rick
like-
just turns around, I was like, "Holy shit, Carol! Did you fucking
you
do
did all
that?"
this, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's every. She plays it off so well. I don't know what the actress's name is off,
Melissa McBride, she's really good.
but she is.
I think she could get a Grammy or not Grammy, Emmy nomination. Yeah, she's singing.
She's an artist.
She's also
she's just like.
You didn't know she did the music on the show? No, I think she could get an Emmy. I
Nick.
think nomination possibly this season.
But I really enjoyed like
really fucking
she
good.
she does some really impressive stuff in the show and plays it off just
Beth.
like so nonchalant. Like I like the delivery of everything. I'm like, I did it. It's done.
You still get it,
Yeah.
like you kind of knew what she was doing when she got to Alexandria, faking like she was,
Yeah.
not a threat.
And like at the last episode when she's at that meeting, like just playing the total like he saved my life. I wouldn't be anywhere without Rick Grimes and
when
stuff
she
like that.
saved
I'm like,
all of them.
I'm like Jesus Christ. Everyone's just sitting there like nodding their head,
Yeah.
you know what? She does seem pretty weak and pathetic. I can see Rick saving her, and they're like,
She just did it first.
What? No,
she makes cookies.
She brought a casserole over it.
I remember
when she brought that casserole over, it was like, I could kill you right now. And I wouldn't say shit.
Oh yeah, with Pete.
I wouldn't be
That was a
anywhere
great
without Rick
scene.
Grimes.
That was
Yeah.
a great scene.
Bring my dish back. Make sure you clean it.
And he's towering over her at the time, and she's just like
Attack me.
not wavering.
She's like, attack me.
Yeah.
Do it.
I remember,
Fucking kill you.
I remember when we stopped at this farm. A little girl came out of the barn as a zombie, and Rick was the only one who had the balls to put a bullet in her brain. Yeah,
At this point, I almost think anyone in the group would do it.
yeah.
They've evolved
Of course,
that
yeah.
much.
They got that. Yeah, they got that shit. No problem.
Yeah, other than that, I think Rick's development into new Shane, I guess kind of...
What?
That's what I've always heard, is like, I think Rick's becoming Shane. Like, he's, making the hard decisions.
He did that shit in
and
the book.
getting hardcore. I know, but I'm saying, I think it's been interesting. And I love how he gets there and he shaves his beard off right away, like Shane shaves his head. Although, I want to see if Andrew Lincoln's going to shave... Never mind, that's way ahead in the book.
His testicles.
No, he
Yeah.
shaves
No,
his head.
I guess it's kind
Grows
of
a huge
a
beard.
thing that they've kept even in the comics is Shane was the hard decision guy. Rick didn't like it. And then as they went on, realized...
He was right.
Well, Shane was right. He still banged his wife and that was wrong.
Yes.
Shane was still an asshole.
Yeah.
But,
definitely.
as it came on, Rick realized,
Although now
this is
Rick's-
how we have to do.
Now Rick's trying to bang another dude's wife.
They're separated.
Now they are. But
Something I always thought, they just kind of missed. With
Separated
the whole,
in life and death.
Something I feel they missed with keeping Shane alive for too long is they never had that part where
When he goes back?
Where he goes back,
I know.
and then Shane just digs out of the ground. I was like, I had to make sure.
And he kills him, and
Yeah,
then
then
he
he
goes
kills
back.
him,
Yeah, that would have been good. That scene. Do you remember that?
I remember that in the comic. I don't
When he
know
did
if
that was the scene where that was also the issue where Tyrese went to the gymnasium on his own.
Oh yeah.
And they locked the door behind him.
I missed
They
that.
left him there the whole time I was gone, and they opened the door. I was like, "Oh, Rick, you're back."
Him standing there like
That was like great. Yeah,
It's great
yeah.
stuff. But that's comic
Which,
book
by the
stuff.
way,
hard to believe in real life
Well, I mean,
stuff. I mean,
if Carl wasn't going to shoot Shane, then I didn't care.
Yeah, and honestly, the way
I guess I missed that part too, where Carl.
that Tyrese went, I wasn't happy with.
Oh
That
yeah.
wasn't good enough for me. It was
Yeah, it was
too
kind of-
shit.
It was a whole fucking episode.
It was an interesting experiment. The episode
They
itself.
made a whole episode, but it was just
But yeah, it was. I don't know. He kind of went out like a bitch.
he was hallucinating.
That's part
Yeah,
of it.
He got bit by a kid zombie because he was too busy thinking about the kids and the pictures he was seeing.
Yeah.
And then he got bit by another zombie because he was thinking he was the fucking governor. It was just like, really, you're hallucinating
Yeah,
so
I kind of
goddamn
don't like
much.
that they made him like a pacifist kind of. I don't remember that in the.
There was
comic.
almost more dignity getting his head chopped off by the governor. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was just like it was an entire episode.
Then he
about
just
it. That was my
fucked up.
main problem with it. Was it was kind of just a nothing episode.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they-
Tyrese is dying. Let's have 58 minutes of that.
Well, I mean, they had to kill him and Noah to make room for Morgan because they need to fill the black quota only to a certain level. You know, you can't have too many.
Morgan, expert bow fighter.
Yes. Bow staff.
Fuck. Yeah.
Gambiting.
What the fuck? Where the hell did he learn those like Shaolin monk skills from? All of a sudden.
You know what popped in my head the moment, and you actually will know this reference. You know what popped in my head the moment Morgan started fucking Donatello and those motherfuckers?
What?
The fucking Scottish monks from the Doctor Who episode with the wasp that made no sense. Where suddenly they were like,
that wasn't the wasp. That was
the werewolf one. Where suddenly they were like doing like at the beginning of the episode they were just. They had the bows out doing flips. No point. It was like it's one of the worst episodes in like the reboot series, and there's just Scottish monks flailing around with their sticks. That's what reminded me when Morgan
that's
said
like where he's like he hit one of the zombies in the face. It was and like half their head was gone. I was like, I get he's erotic, but that is a really good piece of wood.
He does like the.
I'm interested though.
Kung Fu Jack, man.
I'm interested in this.
Off the blood.
This version.
Black Dynamite.
This version of Morgan is really interesting to me though, because it's not really from the comics, and it's weird, and I kind of want them to explain it.
They're gonna mix Morgan and Jesus.
Look,
yes.
the comic book Morgan was shitty.
I like Lenny James. I think that actually isn't bad. The guy who plays Morgan.
I
like him.
The comic book Morgan was shitty because he was just after his son died, he just became like a little. Like, you know, just like, my fucking son's dead, my world's over.
Well, they kind of did have that episode, but they did one episode instead.
He was still badass, though.
Apparently, he found like
he set those traps and shit, and he was just still.
He found a kung fu training manual on his way to Washington and learned how to fight with a stick.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece of wood. I wonder where he got it from.
But man,
Gabrielle.
But dude, it's all about the chain whip taking out 3 heads at once. That was the fucking shit.
They really rotted that much? That's that easy to do.
I don't care. It was fucking awesome when it happened.
I've seen pictures where it's got like. You know,
I was like, what is he gonna do with that? Jesus fucking Christ!
As soon as I saw him grab it, I was like, well, this is gonna be cool. And then he just picks up and goes, and 3D.
I seen pictures where they posted Morgan's head on Donatello's body, Michonne's head on Leonardo, and all of a sudden they have like Daryl's head on Ghost Rider. That looked really badass.
Norman Reedus is Nick Cage. I'll never buy it.
But he's a Boondock Saint. Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about? I think we all liked it, right? Anything you guys want to bring up?
I'm getting tired of Father Gabriel's character, and if he isn't changed,
I think that's by design, though.
You gotta hope they kill him.
I think the point is you're supposed to hate Father Gabriel. I never really liked him in the comic either. Like, did he ever really have a purpose in the comic?
Pretty much the exact same purpose as
pretty much
in the show. So I guess that's he's doing what Father Gabriel does best. Be an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm worried about Glenn meeting Lucille.
I thought,
because he held a bat or whatever in an episode.
I thought Glenn would,
ominously.
There was a moment where I thought they were going to kill Glenn this season because I figured they were going to like
in the warehouse thing.
Yeah. No, in the last season.
The last episode.
Last episode.
That was really close. Like
that was.
They sometimes fool with us, like trying to make it seem like someone's going to die. And
I figured there was
this one almost seemed like I don't know how he got out of that.
I thought there was going to be at least one major death that happened this season.
I thought there might be, but I didn't know if
because I didn't think Beth's death was that important.
No,
I thought maybe like they were going to take one of the sacred cows that we had.
It was Maggie's sister. It was Daryl had a good connection with her and everything like that.
No, I like Beth, but I didn't really.
Glenn should have totally killed that dude, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Nicholas or whatever his name is.
That's
I know, and it's kind of shitty.
Wait, Glenn should have killed who? Now?
Nicholas or whatever, the guy who tried to fucking kill him in the last episode.
Oh, Glenn. Sorry, I was thinking Daryl. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you can never trust that guy.
You drag it back. This guy shot me in the shoulder with this gun, and I beat the shit out of him. I brought him back alive.
And then Judge, Jury, and Executioner Rick goes, "All right," and then that's the end of the.
Oh, what is he supposed to say? Like, oh, hey, has anybody noticed we haven't seen that guy in a few days? Like, I don't know. Glenn, where'd you get that gunshot wound? Oh, did I get shot? I don't know.
I ain't even mad.
Alright, so yeah, looking forward to next season.
Yeah.
I think
just keeps getting better.
Hopefully we're in for a treat. I think we will be. The show hasn't dipped in quality. As I said, I think it's getting better.
They've gotten to a nice balance where they're kind of like
way back in the day.
Yeah, well they figured it out. They're
in a nice balance between the comics and the show right now.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
It's interesting.
I mean, like what the show used to be. I mean, like
No,
originality in
they've
the
made it interesting for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Which is what you want. So, I guess that's it for our post-mortem. Walking Dead Season 5. I had to do it one more time. Be sure to comment below. Tell us what you thought of the season, what you thought of this video, or anything else. Tell us your grocery list. I don't care. Like, subscribe, check out the rest of our videos, and...
It's not posted yet, so I can't.
As always, find your own ways of resisting boredom.
That's pee really bad.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Follow them out.
Panning cameras.
You're in.
Stupid!
I always think of Blood Diamond. I think of Leonardo DiCaprio putting on a South African accent.
Hey, governor!
Jamin Hansu. Jennifer Connelly, but I believe she's American in the movie, so she doesn't have the accent. Or ass to
accent to accent.
Or ass accent to accent.
Accent to accent.